guys, yes, I'm back. Obviously, look, just to explain what's happening is every time I upload videos and I start getting traction again, YouTube will go through and give me a strike on the channel. And it's getting absolutely ridiculous. They just keep striking the channel, and sometimes it's without strikes and they're just removing content. But they've removed about 12 videos of mine this year, I think, alone. It's ridiculous. But let's jump into it. Let's try it again. Obviously, I will be uploading my videos to another video platform that starts with an R. So I'm going to start doing that because we are going to have to start diversifying. I don't want to leave YouTube because the normies are here. And the normies are the ones that need to see these videos. But let's try it again. So, what triggered Joe Biden to lose his temper at a TikTok star and threaten to throw his phone at a White House party as the president scrambles to earn love from influencers? So President Joe Biden lost his temper at a TikTok star during a special White House meeting with social media influencers, evening threatened to throw the phone across the room. Independent journalist and social media darling Jonathan M. Kratz started recording Biden pressing him about his support of Israel. So what Jonathan is saying here, and we'll get to the video in a sec, is 100% right. Joe Biden is funding both Israel and Palestine. It's like they're encouraging a war. Who would have thought? But here...
As a member of the press, my name is Jonathan Katz.
Can we...
actually live in Charlottesville.
Right. Block that. Maximize this. And... not overlay. Brave. Fillers will crop and scaling. Close. Actually, we'll put the scaling back on. There we go. Alright, let's go into the video. Sorry guys, I was just scamming.
And I'm wondering why... So you made a statement the other day about the student protesters on college campuses, in which you basically remarked that they were anti-Semitic protests. And I'm wondering if you still stand by that statement, and also why you just signed a bill giving $26 billion more to Israel.
What I find interesting in this video, right, is that as soon as this guy started coming up and asking and talking to Joe, these three guys here have gotten real nervous. Let's watch this again.
I actually live in Charlottesville.
Oh, do you really?
Yes.
So they're not there.
I'm wondering why... So you made a statement the other day.
And now they've come up. See, they've all three of them have walked up.
In which you basically remarked that they were anti-Semitic protests. And I'm wondering if you still stand by that statement, and also why you just signed a bill giving $26 billion more to Israel in the midst of what is plausibly considered a genocide by the ICJ.
And now they've tried to grab the microphone. They don't want him to answer this question. They really don't want him to answer this question because they know it looks bad. If they attack Israel, guess what? They lose the older Democrats. If they don't attack Israel and they support support Israel, they lose the younger fan base who are pro-Palestine. The Democrats have literally got to walk this tightrope of being both pro-Palestine and pro-Israel. And he's going to give an answer here that sort of does that a little bit. But yeah, they don't want him to answer this question because at the end of the day, if he answers it wrong, it's basically going to kill any support for the young ones or the old ones, depending how he answers.
The answer is twofold. Number one, Israel's security from the region is essential. It's essential. That's fundamentally different than how Israel acts in Gaza.
So what he's basically saying is Israel as a state or as a place has a right to survive, but they don't have a right to go in and start killing people in Palestine. This is where he's walking the tightrope, right? He's walking both sides because he's like, well, yes, you can have Israel, but you can't go in and kill Palestinians or Palestinians. So
I've been, as you probably know, putting extreme pressure on the Israelis to back off and open up humanitarian access. Open up humanitarian access
Yeah.
in Gaza. And I think we're getting close.
You basically proposed your own Gaza flotilla. You were gonna,
Beyond that,
yeah.
and I'm pushing hard. And if they're not going to volunteer to do it, we're going to impose it.
But can't you use?
right, so that's what he's done, right? He's saying, well, look, we're going to go through and we're going to allow humanitarian aid to come into Gaza and we're going to force Israel to do it and blah, 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 right? It still won't be enough for the young base. And the older base, the older generation, will probably be okay with it, but it's still not ideal for them.
Show you a picture of you
With my father.
with my husband's
I'm
father,
Bill Bader's son.
Bader.
Oh, you're kidding me.
No, sorry.
Good luck, kid.
Thank you.
And now if we skip along,
It's eulogy family.
And I know you're a typical press guy. You're grabbing me in front of this all of a sudden.
am, right.
And I trust you as far as I throw your phone. I have a good arm, man.
I'm sure you
I
can.
can throw a long way. Press guy, you're Family's the beginning, the middle, and the end.
Yes, sir.
And I know you're a typical press guy. You're grabbing me in front of this all of a sudden.
I am, right.
And I trust you as far as I throw your phone. I have a good arm, man.
I'm sure you
I
can.
can throw a long way. But my point is this.
Yes.
I have made very clear to the Israelis what they have to do in the near term.
so he says there, I trust you as far as I could throw your phone and I've got a good arm. He is threatening to throw his phone there. Come on. Any Democrat says, no, he's not. No, he really did. If I was to threaten to throw your phone and if I was to say I could trust you as far as I could throw your phone, oh, by the way, I've got a good arm, they would also be saying, oh my God, you threatened me. So, yeah, he did.
If they don't, what's going to happen?
What's going to happen? Is the U.S. going to cut off funding?
I came because usually you tell me I have a nice suit and you didn't comment on my suit today, so I don't feel a little offended.
Thank you. Can you sit back in, sir, please?
And they're basically now escorting him out because they don't want him around President Biden because of if he does say something, it'll be on camera.
Thank you.
Yeah, there you go. Escort him out. See you later, buddy. Thank you for playing. I feel sorry for the foresight. But at the end of the day, here's a photo of the guy him doing it. Now, the funniest thing is that Biden is actually trying to get these TikTok stars to do his sort of PR for him. He wants these TikTok stars to come up to him. And in fact, the Democrats have a very aggressive policy when it comes to enlisting TikTok social media stars and getting them to do their PR. And then when someone actually does it and they come up to him, they're like, oh shit, hang on, you're not reading the script we gave you. Hang on, whoa, stop. Right, Harry? But at the end of the day, yeah, it's basically the problem is that you start getting these TikTok stars, these influencers, and well, guess what? They actually have a brain of their own. They're not just going to sit there and read a script and be like, like la 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 la, like someone does on Twitter. But right, Harry. But at the end of the day, these guys are actually able to think for themselves. Yeah. Look, obviously people are saying it's a sign of dementia because he's threatening that he's getting angry at throwing phones. I don't know if he got angry. He might have got miffed. I would say probably miffed a bit. But yeah, it is a sign of dementia that you start getting angry and snapping at little things. And I would say, yeah, he's definitely got dementia. In my non-medical personal opinion, he has dementia. But yeah, I do think he got miffed or upset about the fact that he's at this fundraiser. There's all these big donors around him at the moment, and some TikTok journalist comes up and starts shoving a camera in his face and asking him a very complicated question about a event or a dispute that's happening at the moment, to which he doesn't actually have a good answer because Well, like I said, if he goes through and supports Palestine, then he's going to lose the older base. If he goes through and supports Israel, he's going to lose the younger base. At the moment, his rating is he can't afford to lose anybody. So here is 538 right here. And this is how unpopular is Joe Biden. And as you can see at the moment, his approval rating is literally at 38%. He is below 40%. Now, if we go through and can we bring up Donald Trump? Donald Trump got down to 38 at the year 4, but that was obviously with COVID. But he was at 54 when he won. Barack Obama got down to low as 40s. George Bush got as low as, say, 40, 44. Bill Clinton. Bush Sr. got down to the 30s. But he managed to creep it back. But you know, like Donald Trump got down to 38 or so, 38 there. And you know, at the end of the day, if you believe the election results, Trump lost. And now we have his approval rating is at the same as what Trump's was when Trump lost. But the big thing is that people have to vote. Do not get complacent if you support Trump. Do not think Trump has this in the bag. I'm not going to vote, because as soon as people start doing that, that's when he loses elections. So it's vastly, vastly important for people to make sure they vote, especially if you support Trump. But at the end of the day, guys, let me know what you thought. At the end of the day, guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Do you think at the end of the day that Biden was threatening to throw the phone or not threatening to throw the phone? I think it was pretty clear. And what are your thoughts about his unpopularity? He's very unpopular at the moment, that's for sure. Apart from that, guys, we're going to try and upload somewhat regularly again now. We are obviously getting back into the election season, so it's probably important for me to do that. I have been doing the Man on the Street interviews. I have spoken to over 8,000 people in the past 2 years. It has been crazy. And I can tell you guys now, everything that we sort of touch on base here is generally pretty much the average popular stuff. It was a good idea for me to go out and do it, and I'm still doing it, obviously. But yeah, it was good for me to go out and talk to the actual people and find out where people sit, especially on things like all this trans stuff and all that. The vast majority of people do not support like women in like men's sports or men and women's sports and stuff like that. So do not feel like you're alone, because you're not. Apart from that, guys, have a great night. Enjoy yourselves. Remember to vote in November. Apart from that, remember, subscribe, like, comment, and obviously we'll try and beat the algorithm that's shadow banning our channel every single time we upload videos. Have a great night and enjoy.